Doc's Daily. What is happening? It's looking for my watch. It's not on. I feel naked without a watch. Just so everyone.
I hear you on that, bro. I hear you.
I'm one of those guys. I'm a watch
have
guy.
A watch on.
I got a watch collection. I don't even wear. I wear my Apple Watch on a daily, but I got a whole watch thing going on. But we're live, full effect. Griffin Murphy on a Thursday, while Robert's, I don't know where he's at. He's out of the country, traveling. So we got Griffin Murphy stepping in for us on a Thursday, filling in. Appreciate you. It's going to be similar to Saturday's show, but on a toned down level midweek.
Yeah.
We got to get to Thursday.
We'll keep it cool till Saturday.
I'm sitting down. Saturdays, no chairs allowed. I'm sitting today. So
I'm getting comfy here.
Yeah, we're live, full effect, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Me and Griffin do a college basketball, used to be college football is how it started, evolved into college basketball and everything sports related on Saturdays. So check that out definitely on Saturdays if you get a chance. Also, there's a free $60 account. Link is in the description of the video. You can use that on Griffin's premium plays over at the website. Just click the link, take it right over there. If you're brand new, use that $60. It's a great way to try out what Griffin's got going on the premium level. Best bet stuff for today. What do you have going on before we dive into today's debauchery of games?
As much as I don't love the NBA, but at the same time, it is such a profitable sport for me. I am thrilled to have it back because I had been talking about this all week during the break. And I had a game circled up the entire time, watched it, and I have officially released my 8-unit game of the year, and it goes off tonight at 8 p.m. in NBA. So definitely jacked up for tonight's matchup. My bank account, I've loaded the hell out of this thing, so I'm ready to absolutely rip for tonight's matchup. But other than that, Lenny, we've got a 3-play card in college hoops. I've got a 2-play card in props. NBA is officially back. And then I have a 2-play card in the NBA, including my 8-unit game of the year, 8 p.m. And then I have a 4-unit selection on top of that. So massive day for me, man. I'm fired up. I went into the break 8-3 in my last 11 in NBA for plus like 1150. I think my last 23, I'm almost up $2,000. So NBA's been a scorcher for me for sure. And I love this play tonight. I'm jacked up. And
I remember you talking about this. I mean, just couple weeks ago or a week ago. So you were like, I'm the only guy that doesn't want the NBA to end right now and go on break. Literally. So, I don't have any NBA today. For me, it's one of those, like, I don't dive as deep into the NBA. So I'm not like, I can't wait for it to get back. So I got to tiptoe through the tulips, use my resources around me, like Griffin Murphy, to get some good plays, some solid information, and then go from there kind of thing, which is what this show is for, really, is daily basis for you to pick any handicapper that is on, pick their brain, what they like, what you like, why you don't like it, why you do like it, what they think, what they don't think. They maybe have an opinion on it, maybe they don't.
That's kind of how that's why I opened up with NBA is not my favorite sport whatsoever. I do not love to watch NBA, but I have an algorithm that absolutely murders games. And right now, this is the best time because we're obviously halfway through the season. We've got half a season's worth of data. None of these guys have played now since the break. So we have fully qualified positional statistics with absolutely everybody up to full quote unquote fatigue. Everybody's full rest. Everybody's ready to go. So that is where the analytics and the data comes out at its strongest pivots. So that's why I am releasing it today, because of how strong of an edge I had. And obviously with all the rest of everybody going in. So I find it as a huge edge with my algorithm, obviously.
Look at you. Look at you.
Look at me, man.
Smart and fancy with your algorithms. I got a pen and paper, and I don't even like that. Kurt, I want to give Kurt some love here, some credit here. He did come in here yesterday with Nick, and he was preaching you and I, and they covered pretty handedly, if I don't mistake. I think they were like 5.5, 6-point favorites, and I think they won by like double digits.
Talking about Northern Iowa?
Yeah.
Iowa?
Yeah.
I was looking at that
Northern Iowa, they win by 21 over Indiana State. So as 5 or 6 point favorite. So there's a couple games on that I like for college basketball today. Not a ton, as I'm loaded. I like that this is bankroll building days, as I like to call them. Thursday, Friday, going into Saturday, Sunday.
This is my favorite day.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, unless it's Maction during the week, I tiptoe to the weekend. And that's just because I'm football related, mentality. I'm just building throughout to hit the Saturday, Sunday. I'm trying to hit a lick.
Load it up, baby.
I'm just trying to hit a lick on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. And then, skate through Monday through Thursday. But, and that's just because there's a lot of primetime games on during the week and stuff like that. But games like this, Kurt says App State -2.5. I'm all over this as well.
I'm on the other side.
Oh, let's talk about it, shall we?
Let's talk about it, man. That's why I love these days, bro. These small conference schools, this is where all the betting value is, man. When you talk about these marquee matchups,
absolutely.
Big Ten, SEC, everything like that, there's too much money on those games, man. When you have a small board like this, there's a lot of money sprinkled on totals. There's barely money sprinkled on sides. Like, you have to find the prime small conference game of the day. So there's really no quote unquote market situations that happen, and that's typically when you could find the open seam in the trap. So yeah, this one for sure. Marshall 17-10 on the year, rolling in obviously to play Appalachian State. Marshall in their most recent matchup, they beat down South Alabama, and I will talk about this game because this was my premium selection. I was on Marshall. I laid 3.5 points with the spread, them winning by 4 in an 84-80 final, and I watched that entire game, and Marshall dominated them. I mean, completely across all cylinders, all the way till the end of the second half. And South Alabama just started pulling threes out of their ass left and right. And that's how they caught up in this game. But the reality was the scoreboard is not how that game performed whatsoever. So South Alabama, what I picked up out of them is they're not what their record prints out. And then you look at an Appalachian State team right now, they're coming off a loss. That gives everybody that revenge spots. And then on top of that, at home where they're a very strong 10-3, that gives everybody the reason to take them at home, just laying a small number at 3.5, especially coming off a loss against James Madison, losing that game by 11 points. James Madison, that's a deception loss as well, because James Madison's a lot better than people think. So the reality is James Madison. So going from that to that, Marshall, in the reality of things, in my eyes, is a much better team. Their win is a lot more solidified, and Appalachian State, their loss is deceiving at the same time. I like Marshall on the road here with the points.
So
rabbit hole Griffin.
It's a close game here. So I didn't bet the side like minus the 2.5 here. At 2.5 is a good number, Kurt. It's out 3.5 in some books. I didn't want to go there because I felt like I already missed the good number at 2.5. So
agreed.
I do have App State. I have App State on the money line in a parlay with Montana today. I'm all about Montana. I'm about to move there, pay taxes. And
I got a primo in that one.
Okay, I'm on Montana and I'm on Montana State. Yeah. There's 2 different games.
Yeah.
And I gave my breakdown video today, and I'm like, I kept fumbling over the words because it's like Montana against Idaho State, Montana State against Weber State. And it was like, there's just too many states involved. But,
yeah.
At the end of the day. But I am on App State on a money line with Montana in a parlay, just 2-team parlay plus 170-80, something like that.
I don't hate it at all.
For me, it was Marshall. So at this point in the year, you can look back at what they've already played, right? Same squad, same team.
Marshall beat them down.
Marshall beat them by 7 in a game that was closer. I'm looking for it when it was App State. Where's their game? I just saw them.
Oh, Scott's back. How we doing, Scott?
Okay, January. Yeah, just Scott's back. January 3rd. So almost 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. They beat him by 7, 88-81 in Marshall. I think the revenge factor for sure. But I also think the bounce back from JMU situation plugs me into App State. I think App State's a better team. So I'm just going to take the point. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm falling into a trap. like you like the set for everything. And if that's the case, then I'm taking the money line in a 2-team parlay because the money line,
Get yourself some plus value.
The money line's like minus 160 to 170, so I'm not betting that. But I will put that in a 2-team parlay and parlay, get a dance partner for that in a similar type line, minus 130 to 180. Those 2-team parlays are plus 170.
And the reality of this game, bro, is it is a coin flip scenario. I think Marshall has the better coach. And when it comes to talent, it's interesting. It goes hand in hand. There's mismatches on the floor. Marshall's very good in the paint. Appalachian State likes to move pretty fast. It's definitely a weird game. It's definitely going to be. It's always a fun one. I love that one. There is a game I do want to talk about though. That this team is an absolute moneymaker. I don't have the balls to take them again. It's IU Indy. IU Indy, this team continues, bro.
Why'd you take them the first time?
Bro, I've been riding this team the past. I drilled them. God, they're top play winners every freaking time.
Over Wright State?
They got 7 wins on the year. They got Wright State tonight. And IU Indy, man, I'll tell you what. I don't care how many games this team loses. They always find a way to cover, and they are getting better. They are. They just they're like, dude, I'm watching these guys. Like,
you got a cousin on the team or something? Are you trying? You sound like somebody's aunt that goes to their little league team.
Bro,
like they're like, hey, my nephew's team isn't that good, but they're getting hard. And they're getting better. They only lost by 4 today.
They're getting better, bro. Something's happening. All right, I'll tell you. Second half too, they come alive. And they just played Northern Kentucky. They played them. They lost only by 3 points in that game. That's a very good basketball team. And prior to that, they played Milwaukee. They lost to Milwaukee by just 4 points. Milwaukee's a good college basketball team. So this team is climbing. Now they got Wright State today, and they're catching double digits at 12.5. Wright State 9-4 at home, 17-10 on the season. This got trap written all over it. This is IU Indy, bro. And I didn't have the balls to take it because I don't know how many times in a row this team's going to cover the spread. So it kind of seemed that once I saw this thing in double digits, I was like, it's too good to be true. So I backed off of it. But I do think there is value in this game, all bullshit aside. I do think IU Indy does have some value in this matchup. It's
okay.
I mean, dude, they just played Purdue, Fort Wayne. They got the cover against
the more you people, bro, it doesn't help the more you explain it. I'm just saying, like the more you break it down, I'm just saying.
Jaguars, man, I'll tell you what, they're playing.
You want to talk? You want to talk to Generity? I'm on New Jersey Institute of Technology.
I got him
over Albany.
Tonight. Oh my God, man!
Yeah, I have them in a parlay with Montana.
We're on.
I'm on them tonight with some stuff. I'm on South Florida. I don't know how you feel about that game.
Yep, I got a premium in that game.
All right, we won't talk about that.
Let's back off of them. Yeah.
Yeah. How about Portland State? Now this is a team.
We can talk about that
one.
I
can't do it.
I didn't break this one down, so I can break it down live.
Hold on. Scott says IU Indy holds all their classes in the field house where they play basketball.
Tell you what, bro, them Jaguars, they're covering spread machine, Scott.
Hey, Scott, I did follow this yesterday. I did make money on this. I made dollar bills on this. So shout out to you, DePaul. They not only covered the spread, they did their thing. They won outright. But yeah, we'll talk Portland State. Let's get to this, and then we'll also talk William and Mary if you can, because somebody asked about that. But
yeah,
Bill and Mary,
I do follow. You want to talk to Idaho? Portland
yeah, let's
State?
talk Portland. Yeah.
So that one's 3.5. Idaho comes in with a 4-6 in their last 10, so it's a bad median. Although they just beat the shit out of Idaho State by 30 in a 99-69 final. Lane just not 5.5 points in that game. So market read was way off. But I look at that kind of as a in-state rivalry type of situation, and Idaho kind of clearly just made a statement in that game, especially on their own home court. So that's kind of a deception-looking win for them, especially by 30 points. And then you've got Portland State coming in 9-2 at home, 17-7 on the season. So does look strong on paper, and they are coming off a loss, which we also like because that causes deception. It was to Northern Colorado, and they're always a competitive team. 17-10 on the year, 77-65 that game landed on. And Colorado was laying 4.5 points in that matchup. So winning that game outright and covering the spread. So looking at a situation like this, the variables all bring me 8-2 in their last 10 games too for Portland State. Strong median. This game to me, the last time these two teams played each other, Portland State beat them 69-66. So we've got another game where it's just a 3.5 point spread, and that's kind of the market in my eyes, just based off of Idaho beating the shit out of Idaho State by 30 points when they were only laying 5.5 points, really over exceeding their expectations. That's going to draw a lot of scare and for people to jump on Portland State in this matchup after a 30-point win, especially with Portland State coming off a loss in their most recent matchup. I think this is a setup game, and I'd be on Portland State in this matchup and run through the trap. Everyone's going to jump on it. If they do take them, it's going to be public feed right off their record with a 17-7 better record and with home court advantage. But the reality is it was a 3-point differential the last time these two teams played each other. We have a 3.5 point spread. Portland State's at home, coming off a loss. I like Portland State here to run right through them in this game. I think they're the better team. Leonard, what do you think?
I wanted to so very bad. But I'm very involved in Montana State game and the Montana game. So with Weber State, and it's just, there's too much Montana and Idaho going on for me today. I mean, it's just cold, wet. It just reminds me right now it's like 42 degrees, cold and windy here in Vegas. So it's like the most miserable time of Las Vegas. Like there's 1 month out of the year it sucks weather here. And
I remember that.
Yeah, this is when it is. It's cold. I'm not built for this shit anymore. I left Michigan for a reason. I own 2 pairs of jeans, folks. A dressy pair and a not dressy pair. It's shorts and flip-flop weather, and my feet are cold.
Dude, I hear you. I got to get back out west. Vegas, I miss it, and Arizona.
Wait till March.
Oh, yeah.
This week has been tough. Clemson, I was on Clemson in every which way, shape, and form yesterday, and they just played a horrible game yesterday at the end of the day, and it's just sometimes you're just dead ass wrong on that game. I feel like if they played that game 9-10 times, I'd win that game 9 out of 10. I really do.
They're a team I have not followed a lot of. I have not played a lot of action with Clemson, I will say this year. Not a huge ton of ACC basketball for me, I will say this year. Dude, I live and die in these small conferences, bro. Like the Samford, Fordham. I love that team. NJIT. I love going all small conference. Mercyhurst, down this board. I'm at Charleston. That's another one. Bunch of covering machines in these small conference games.
Like the smaller market, maybe the mid-major markets like Mountain West, MAC are my favorite.
Sure. Mountain West.
Obviously, I'm a Big Ten guy. I mean, kind of have to be. But other than that, I will look to like the Big Sky or stuff like that. Like I do like the smaller. I want to bet Vermont today. Somebody asked about this. Jack asked about Vermont. Thoughts on Vermont? I've been burned on Vermont. I feel like maybe not the most this year. Maybe it's not the team that's been burnt the most.
The game of the year.
Yeah, maybe not the team I've lost the most with, but it's a team I'm not right on ever. I can't remember winning a bet with Vermont this year. So I just, I don't even know what a catamount is. So I'm taking, based off of that alone, I'm not betting Vermont. I didn't even break it down. I didn't even look at it because I've been wrong on them so much this year on when to fade them or follow them that I just stayed away.
In Vermont tonight. Here, I'm pulling up that game right now. Sorry, I had a email service. I my game of the year tonight. I had a email from customer service.
Oh yeah.
So I was making sure everything was all good.
Don't get in no trouble.
I didn't want to get in no
Don't
trouble.
want no smoke.
Yeah, no, Vermont, dude, they burned me on a college basketball. They were my game of the year this year. I had them. I was laying 14.5 points against Maine, and Maine was beating them outright at half. And I think Vermont ended up winning by like 4 points. Terrible, absolute terrible. And I had they were a cash machine for me before that, and I haven't touched them since. Tonight, 3-game winning streak. They're coming in. They're playing UMBC. UMBC on a 4-game heater, 9-2 in their last 10 games. And this is a situational spot. I will say, UMBC, they were just on the road. They just played New Hampshire, and they beat the hell out of them in an 85-63 final. So that is a solid look, even though New Hampshire does suck. It still looks good when you're a solid to good team. You need to beat the hell out of bad teams. That solidifies that you are a good team. And that's what UMBC does. They beat the hell out of bad teams, and they keep themselves pivoted as a legitimate median team. And then Vermont, on the other flip of the coin, 3-game winning streak, as mentioned, 7-3 in their last 10 games. They just beat the hell out of Bryant. And despite Bryant being 8-18 on the year, Bryant is very competitive. This team keeps up with teams, typically. And they beat them like it was nothing. But that game was in Vermont. So that game landed in a 90-63 final. So looking at a game like this is a coin flip type of game for me. Now, we have a point spread at -1.5 Vermont. That's giving us an option to throw away a point spread and take a money line team who's on a 4-game winning streak and they're 9-2 at home. That is our best bet here. These teams equal up each other very well. They're both pretty well coached, I would say. They both shoot very well from the field, and they both move at a very fast tempo. So looking at standpoints, that's how I look at this. I would just go with the home team, money line it, and ride the winning streak, 4-game winning streak.
I mean, they're the same team in my eyes. They're like the Spider-Man pointing at each other. Here's my problem with Vermont diving. Like, again, I saw Vermont and moved past. Now I'm like live capping this right now. I see their last 3 wins. Here's where I look at those. Who are they against? Like you talked about, Bryant, Binghamton, and UNH. Those are the 3 worst teams in that conference. So you should kick the shit out of them. You should, right? So, and then I look at UMBC, the same kind of situation. I take points any way I can get them in this game because I think they're the same team. And I lean towards the home team. So I don't even know what the spread is, but I lean towards the home team. And if I could get a point or 2 with them, I'll take that. But maybe put them in a teaser, UMBC, to get them over like 5-6 points or something like that. If you can get like something like that. But I don't know who is.
I don't hate that either. And
like if you can get 1.5 with Vermont,
have you
UMBC.
Noticed this, Lenny? Have you noticed this? Anything in college basketball as of this year, anything within about 3.5 to 5.5 point spreads have been pretty much dead on. Where these games are
sharp,
literally
sharp lines.
right on. And it was not always like that. Typically, they used to bait the market and lay 3 points, 4 points, and then you see a 20-point blowout. Like, what the hell just happened? That's not really happening much anymore. These lines are sharp, and that's something I'm noticing. So when you go to that teaser point that you just made, teasers may not be the worst edge. You got to always be thinking in future-wise, AI, stuff like that. Well, teasing college basketball, for instance, that might not be the worst thing as a sharp handicapper looking forward in advance. Everybody's stuck in these, we only bet 1 game. I parlay all the time, every day, and I always find success parlay. Not always, but there's risk to reward and there's gains.
Yeah, do it properly, do it right, do it
Can't get too degenerate on here. We're going to get in trouble.
Don't get 16 parlays. That's a lottery ticket, okay? That's not a parlay. I'm looking for 2-team partners all the time. I'm looking for 2-team partners. I'm a sucker for 2-team money line. I say that all the time. But, something like this, 1.5 points, add a 2-team parlay on a 4-point teaser. 4 points. So any number you want, add 4 points, whatever way you want to go. And the 2 teams is -110 on DraftKings. Most books, to be honest with you, not just DraftKings. -110 is that's good. That's good odds.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna increase lower the risk. maximize the reward. That's our game. That's the nature of our business here. I don't know Nevada. I stayed away from that Creighton UConn game yesterday because I didn't think Creighton was going to win outright, but I did think that was too many points. But then again, UConn was going to go out. Creighton, I was worried about Creighton, honestly, just getting love because of their name.
That's exactly
and then they
where I
come
was
out
going.
and beat UConn outright and just add more to that name record.
Yep.
Now people think that Creighton's somebody. Creighton sucks,
dude. That's why I like to stay away. Those UConns, the Marquette, like those big, like, even though Marquette sucks now, like those big name schools, those are the teams that I typically don't like to even touch. That's just like a no betting allowed instant NBA, no betting allowed for Lenny. But that's how I like to hone in. Obviously, there's always value in SEC matchups, Big Ten, whatever you want to call it. But with that being said, there's so much more value in these small conference schools like today. That's why I got.
We only got a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna bounce out of here. So I got questions for you. We're gonna go real fast, rapid style. UMass Lowell. Do you got anything in this game? Did you look at this game?
I did not.
This game, I did lean UMass, but I didn't bet.
So did I. I lean UMass, laying the 4.5. Well, I got it at 4.5.
Jim, you're living in Montana. I swear to Montana and Montana State today for me.
ML.
There you go. If not, unless I'm telling you right now, if they don't cover, stop paying your state taxes. Just demand a refund immediately or something. Don't tell them it's not. Don't blame that shit on me. But I think that's what you should do, Jim. Joe Beef. If you want the smoke, Joe, just raise your hand. I'm available. Let me pull my best Isaiah. I'm available, Joe. I don't understand. I understand. Well, let me be clear on this game real quick. I think the Pistons are the better team. I think the Pistons have dominated them so far this year. I think the Knicks are going to try and get up for this game to set the tone for the second half of the year and whatever. All that being said, belt to ass. It's Detroit pizza over New York pizza. I'm just saying. I mean, everything from basketball to the pizza to your rap game to your everything down the line. I lean Detroit.
Under.
This guy.
Drill the under. At all the momentum in the world for Detroit. 18-7 on the road. 8-2 in their last 10 games. 3-game winning streak. Going into the break with that. Then you go to the Knicks. 21-7 at home. 8-2 in their last 10 games. Coming off a win. Knicks at home in this game. Laying 4.5 points. We got a total at 220.5. Why is it so low? These teams are dominating across all cylinders. Give me the under in this game.
I think here's what I think.
Actually, that's
I think that if the Knicks come out and they have to dominate this game, they have to score in this game. Under. So I think that's why the total is at where it's at.
Back to your Detroit Pistons.
Well, I mean, he brings up a good point. Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart still serving suspensions from last week's fight. Too much for Detroit to overcome. I understand it. I didn't tell anybody to bet it. I'm just saying I'd like to fade the injury report, which in this case would be the suspension report. I'm a guy that will fade the injury report. If you tell me that some star players out, I'm all on that team. Because I think it's
Steph Curry's not playing tonight.
Just one game. Just one game. It doesn't mean I'm on them for the rest of it, but the first game immediately. I think they can win it. I think I took the 4.5. I took the 4.5 for sure. Am I a homer? Absolutely.
My lean is Pitt.
I'm not telling you I'm not a homer, but yeah, I took it.
My lean's Detroit in that game.
That's damn right.
I lean Detroit on the road. There's
you know where your bread is buttered.
Damn right it is. I mean, everything indicates to go that route. The momentum that they're carrying into this game, the season that they're having, everything just indicates to go Detroit here plus the 4.5. The market's trying to scare you laying that 4.5 at home.
I haven't heard anybody say the Pistons. All I've heard about is suspension, Knicks. And I'm not saying just you, Joe Beef. I'm just saying everybody I've talked to, heard about online, watched any videos, read any articles. Oh, the Pistons, too much for the Pistons. Too much for the Pistons. Watch these sumbitch comes out and beat them by double digits on their own home court. Watch them do some shit.
Yeah.
And still get no fight. I don't care. We'll fight our way to
catch them in Walmart.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Tell everybody what you got going on over at the website before we get out of here.
8-3 in my last 11 NBA plays going into the break. I have officially released my game of the year. That goes off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Absolutely loaded. I've got 4 plays in college basketball, 2 NBA player props, and then obviously my NBA 8-unit game of the year, part of a 2-play card. The algorithm's completely loaded. Everybody's fresh off the break, so all data accumulated. Nobody's played, so we have full rest for every team. That is where the edge has had its biggest gap. So I found my play, and we've cranked it, and I have officially torched my wagering account and everything extended on top of that. We're ready to go tonight. We're all in, baby. Push the chips.
Yeah, DraftKings has the Pistons at 3.5 now. FanDuel still has a 4. I got 4.5 at MGM this morning, or last night. I forget. Borderline last night, this morning. But all right, so get in. Use that free $60 account on Griffin Murphy's premium plays tonight. Game of the year. It's a great time to use that 60. It's free. All you got to do is click it and you can get it. Get in over there. Raphael will be joining me tomorrow on Doc's Daily. It'll be me and him going into Friday. Griffin will be back Saturday for us here at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. Good luck. Unless you're against us. Take care, folks.